Community Viewpoint.
And welcome to another exciting edition of Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pawlak, your host for this segment, and we have with us today Tammy Odegaard, who is the Chief Operating Officer, or better known as COO, of the Nye Communities Coalition. Tammy, I've known you for a number of years. We don't want to give the number out, but
that's right.
Yes, when we both worked for the coalition for a short time also. Tammy's going to be telling us about a job fair that's going to be held at the coalition, but I'll let her tell you about that rather than myself. So, Tammy, please.
So we have a job fair that we hold every quarter where job seekers and employers can come and meet. The next one is going to be on Friday, November 8th from 9 to noon in the activity center there at the coalition. Everybody who is looking for employment or looking for a better job should show up by 9 o'clock. Be dressed for an interview. It's very likely that you're going to have an interview at that time. Have copies of your resumes. Be prepared to fill out job applications. And if you need any help with any of that type of stuff, we can do that at the coalition anytime between now and November 8th.
Because you have services, that's what the coalition is all about.
We do. So we have a workforce program, and we will help anybody who's 16 and up to find employment or receive training for employment. We can help fill out job applications. We can build resumes. We can help you dress for your interview, or if you get a job and you don't have the appropriate clothes, we can even do that.
Right. They have, I used to say we have, but they have a very large clothes closet from all the lovely people in town that donate new and slightly used clothing that's clean, from the shoes all the way up to neckties, I think hats too.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they're all clean and they're all presentable and will help you make a better impression when you talk to your prospective employer. Now, these are held at, are they on a quarterly basis?
Quarterly.
Pretty much?
Yeah, we have the large job fair every quarter, and then occasionally you might hear about things that are happening in between where we have one employer who maybe needs to fill a bunch of spots or something like that. So we will have special events in between, but we have the large job fair every quarter.
I remember Big Five a couple years ago had a, when they were first opening up, they had their job fair over there, and they remembered me when I went over there, so I didn't remember them necessarily. And so that was, it helped out, and they were appreciative of being able to get the job.
Yeah, I would say all, if not all, almost all of the employers who have come to town recently who needed to hire a large workforce have come through us, or they've used our space, or just used services that we have. So we're really happy to be able to offer that.
Right, and it's centrally located, and that's the old man's school. Those of us that are older know where it used to be, but it's behind. Basically, it's behind the Walmart, or in front of the Southern Nye County School District offices at the corner of West and Wilson, or what's your
That's
address?
Right. Well, our address is 1020 East Wilson, but you would enter from West Street, directly across from the school district office. Look for the big metal building that says Nye Activities Center, and that's where the job fair will be held.
And if you're coming there on school days, you better be coming at 15 miles per hour or less, because there's somebody there on a motorcycle making sure that you'll go that slow, or otherwise you'll get a ticket. Yes. But you've been doing that, the job fairs, for quite a few years now.
For many years.
Yeah.
It's just a really good opportunity for job seekers, and it's also a really good chance for local employers to get a feel for what the job seekers are looking like. And if there's an employer out there that has a certain need, maybe they need 1 or maybe they need 10 people that are trained to do a certain thing. If they'll talk to us, we can do what we can to facilitate that and get a pool of people trained to do whatever it is that they're needing.
And while you're there, also looking for a job, while you have other offices there, let's say the Social Security, I've seen those folks there to let you know when their offices are available. And their table, unfortunately, just filled with booklets. Our lovely government. But your questions are answered by them. Veterans, a lot of times veterans questions are answered. They're also, I can think of just those two right off the hand.
There are usually a few agencies there who are looking for volunteers also.
DAV at times, yes.
Yeah, Neighborhood Watch has been there. So
Yes.
There's a good chance to maybe align yourself with a volunteer position that will lead into employment or give you some kind of skills that you need that will help build your resume and give you some things that you didn't have on there otherwise.
Right, because, well, the AmeriCorps is based on, you have grants with the AmeriCorps.
We do.
So I was AmeriCorps for 2 years also. I served my time. But you could learn about AmeriCorps and see if, I don't know if you want to call it hiring or for AmeriCorps positions too. They're on a yearly basis, full-time or part-time. It doesn't matter what age, you have different groups, AmeriCorps Vista, or just a regular AmeriCorps, all ages basically too. So that's another option too. That could be your first job into the workforce too. Yes, it'll be a soft taking off into the workforce. So they'll be interesting. And other things that you can do while you're over there. So it's 9 to 12 at the NAC building, which is the auditorium, and there's plenty of parking there also. And what else did we miss over there? We got the phone number. So
just come prepared.
Yes.
That's the big thing for people who are looking for work, is to be prepared. Don't come in there looking like you just rolled out of bed. Get yourself dressed and ready, and be ready to have an interview. If you're not feeling ready for that, come into our office any of these days before then and express that that's your concern, and we'll have somebody who can work with you and get you ready before the job fair.
So what else do we have to look forward to at the coalition if we go to the coalition? You're having some sort of a bingo this month too?
Yeah, the AmeriCorps group is hosting a bingo at the senior center. And
Oh, okay.
so that's on November 3rd. So anybody's welcome to go over there and play bingo, and you'll be able to learn more of the services that are offered at the coalition, and there will be people there who can link you to services and give you some resources, and it will be fun, and there's going to be prizes. So
Great.
sounds like a good time.
Yes. So you have a calendar that comes out at if you go online to nyecc.org, you'll be able to find out the calendar of events for the coalition throughout the year. So November is one of the months. Well, naturally, it's the beginning of the month, so we're in November now. But there are things to do for whether it be Thanksgiving or the job fair or the bingo. You'll be able to find out what's what they're offering at the coalition.
I would say if you're new to town or just not sure what all is going on, contact us on our website and subscribe to the newsletter. It comes and it's packed with all kinds of information and all of our partners' information too. So even if it's not an event that we are hosting ourselves, our partners' information will be included in that too. So there's always something happening, and there's so many events happening at the coalition that aren't our events. They're a partner that's using the space.
Yes.
So get subscribed to that newsletter, and then you'll always know what's going on.
And there's the RAM event too that began at the coalition like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And we've moved that. I could say we because I'm part of that. We moved that down to the Pathway School over by the high school. But that's been a very eventful and not profitable, but it's been a lot of people have made good choices by coming in to get their teeth, their eyes, or medical help or mental help for free over at the RAM. So
We've talked a lot about the workforce program, but
Yes.
there's some other stuff too that's ongoing. We are always having mental health trainings, mental health first aid. That's something that I would encourage anybody in the community to take.
and you have diabetes classes.
We have diabetes prevention, and then we have diabetes self-care classes.
And you'll be able to find out about that by calling the number or looking at the magazine. Also, there's information. There's flyers during the course of the year also. But so there's a lot of worthwhile things that are happening at the coalition. And thanks to you, Stacy Smith, the CEO, and I did my part while I was there also, and very proud of that, and very proud of the people who are at the coalition. So once again, what's coming up this, let's put the flyer up there again one more time, and we'll talk about that. So it's a career and volunteer fair, if you would.
So it'll be on November 8th, which is a Friday from 9 to noon in the Activity Center at the Coalition. The address is 1020 East Wilson. Be ready to meet your future employer, be ready to interview, make good first impression, bring copies of your resume. If you need copies, come to the resource room ahead of time and we'll make copies for you. And then also be ready to fill out applications, because sometimes there will be information that they're looking for on an application that's a little different than what's on your resume.
Right. And the coalition meets once a month at the library,
Yes.
too. Third Wednesday, I believe it is, of the month.
At 8:30 in the morning, yeah. And anybody's welcome to come to that. You'll learn all of the events that are going on, all of the projects that the coalition and our partners
There are
are
good people
doing,
there, yes, a lot of nonprofits, and you may get some ideas how to help yourself or friends that are in need. So we appreciate all the help we can get also from volunteerism. So I want to thank you once again for taking the time to be with us today, Tammy. It's always wonderful to talk to you.
Good to be here.
And we want to, hopefully we'll see you if you need a job at the job fair. So thank you, and we'll see you next week.